breaking news.
Joseph, turn yourself in. That's what you best do. Turn yourself in, Joseph. And that ain't no lie. Turn yourself in. Call me. Turn yourself in.
Today at noon on Fox 8, a grandfather of 3 children killed in a fire pleads with his son to surrender to police. Good afternoon, I'm Liz Reyes. That fire in New Orleans East killed 2 boys, ages 8 and 3, and a 5-year-old girl. Andres Fuentes is live on America Street in the Plum Orchard neighborhood. Andres.
Liz, you know, I've been here all morning long and talking to a lot of the family members that have come by, and they said the same thing. This is the worst day of their lives, and neighbors tell me the same thing as well. This is a traumatic day for them. They're never ever going to see the 3 children that used to play right here on this front lawn ever again. Now, according to the New Orleans Police Department, they are investigating this as a triple homicide, and they did tell us early this morning that they did get a 911 call from the mother of the 3 children as she was coming home from work. She told the police that the father of the children were threatening to burn down the house, and family members as well as neighbors all identify that father as Joseph Washington. Now, we also got surveillance video from a nearby neighbor which shows a man coming out of the home, down the steps and into a car, and then driving off as the back of the house starts to catch on fire. That's the surveillance video that police right now are looking into and trying to identify whether or not that is Joseph Washington. Now, according to the fire department, firefighters rushed to the scene as soon as they got word that there was a fire here on the block. And they found that neighbors were here rushing to the scene as well, trying to get as many children out as possible, because a lot of these neighbors are very close-knit. They knew that there were 3 children still inside. They did their best. Firefighters say that they found a 5-year-old girl and an 8-year-old boy near the front door, looking like they were trying to open the front door actually to escape the flames. They were quickly removed from the homes. Some neighbors and some fire officials tried to do their best to resuscitate them. They rushed them to the hospital, and unfortunately that's where they died. As far as the 3-year-old boy, fire officials tell me that he was in the middle of the house, and it took firefighters longer to get inside because of the flames, and unfortunately he died on the scene. I spoke to the neighborhood association president, who really could not comprehend exactly what happened here. This tragedy struck her more than most. Take a listen.
I have children. It's a terrible way to lose your children. Yep. And it's a terrible, you know, you think you're leaving your family in the arms of the daddy that could do them some good justice. But look what happened. So something had to happen to him.
Now, neighbors in the area have been spending some time this morning trying to clean up some of the supplies and emergency equipment that firefighters and police have left behind, as well as you're looking a live look right now at some of the balloons that people in the community have left behind as well for the family right here. I got word that most of the family still right now in the hospital grieving this loss, and as we get more information about how they're doing, we'll be updating you on air and online, as well as the NOPD as they continue investigating this now triple homicide. But we also got word from Councilwoman Helena Moreno that the domestic violence vigil that will be happening outside of City Hall this afternoon, there will also be a portion dedicated to the 3 children who died here due to the fire, that all starting at 4 o'clock this afternoon. But for now, reporting live here in New Orleans East, back to you, Liz.
And Andres, I got to ask you, as more people show up at that scene, how would you describe the mood there? Anger, heartache? What are you hearing from people as news spread of this horrific incident?
You know, like I said, you know, for the families, for sure, family members that have trickled in, it's the worst day of their lives. A lot of these neighbors, I got word that a lot of these homes were built at the same time, and these neighbors moved in essentially at the same time. So they all knew each other for years and years and years. A lot of the children that they had grew up with the same 3 children here at the home. Speaking with some parents in the area, it hasn't really hit them yet. You know, they were supposed to be on the school bus today heading to school, and now they're getting word that, you know, the children that they used to wave to every morning, the children that used to play with their own children, the children that they used to do celebrations with for holidays and things like that, they're no longer with us. So it's been a brutal awakening for a lot of the people that live here in the area.
Yeah, it's just devastating. Thanks a lot there, Andres, for your work all morning as well. Well, neighbors of the family say they were heartbroken over the news and angry over the senseless crime. The neighbor who gave us this Ring camera video says she and her husband told firefighters there were children still inside when they first arrived. They also helped to perform CPR on 2 of the children. They were pulled out of the house. The neighbor, who did not wish to be identified, says she's known the 3 kids since they were born. She watched them grow over the years. She says she couldn't imagine losing her children in such a violent and senseless way.
This is horrible. This is absolutely horrible. I just can't imagine being her right now and dealing with this, losing my children.
Now, we have reached out to the NOPD multiple times for more information on updates or a search for a suspect. So far, we've not heard back. If you do have any information on this, you're urged to call Crime Stoppers.
The family of a pregnant mother killed in her parents' driveway says they're relieved that police have made an arrest now. They say while the suspect was on the run, he was posting on social media and even responding to their posts. Channel 2's Tom Jones live at DeKalb County, where the family says this isn't the first time they've lost a loved one to gun violence.
And Justin, Raisha Hurd was killed right here in her parents' driveway. The family says a year ago they lost another family member to gun violence. They say Raisha helped them deal with that death, and now she's gone.
Our family is devastated. Devastated.
The Hurd family is crushed after a gunman shot 31-year-old Raisha Hurd 7 times in her parents' driveway, killing the pregnant mother of 2. Police have charged Justin Lewis, a rapper who goes by the name Mad Music Cali, with her murder. Raisha's family says she had broken off their relationship because he was abusive.
This is a person who has mistreated her for years.
The family says Raisha was shot in front of her 9-year-old son. They are relieved Lewis is in custody.
I'm just happy that Justin is captured because we don't want anybody else to experience this. No other family.
The family says this isn't their first brush with gun violence.
We just buried my brother last year for gun violence.
Raisha was the glue that held everyone together.
That was my rock. She was really helping me heal.
Now she is gone. The family couldn't believe it when they saw Lewis on social media after the shooting, like nothing had happened.
I actually posted that he was wanted and that we were going to find him, and he liked it. He liked the status.
They are now urging people to recognize signs of trouble early in relationships and get out before you become too attached.
Don't fall in love to find out that, you know, your hands are not for hitting, they're for hugging.
The family says they're on a mission.
We're going to definitely seek justice for Raisha.
And the Hurd say Lewis was the father of Raisha's unborn child. He is now in the DeKalb County Jail facing a malice murder charge. Raisha will be laid to rest on Monday. We're live in DeKalb County. Tom Jones, Channel 2 Action News.
Good morning. Today is Monday. It is October 23rd. The year is 2023. So, listen, something's inherently wrong when it comes to violence with our black men here in the United States. The violent attacks against black men due to their own wives, girlfriends, or fiance is shocking. And I know they say it's every 5 hours a black man will harm his wife, or girlfriend, or fiance, or baby mama in some type of domestic violence situation. These 2 videos to me, particularly the one video of the man who killed his 3 children by setting the house on fire. He burned down the house and killed his own 3 kids. Now, the wife, they were divorced. They went through a really bad divorce. And the interesting part about that divorce was that they went through this divorce and she got a restraining order. So I was trying to figure out, well, how are they back together? There was an incident where he threatened her, choked her, beat her up, threatened her with a gun. She got a restraining order for 2 years against him. And I'm just trying to understand what took place that she felt safe for him to be around her and those kids. And he had even threatened to burn down the house in the past before, and she went back and dealt with him again. After, you went through all this drama in the court system and restraining order and all this stuff, and then you go back and you deal with this again. And this time he made good on his threat to kill the children. So in this scenario, with these kids, this mother had numerous violent encounters with her husband, who was now her ex-husband. Numerous documented situations. And then here in Atlanta, Georgia, a mother of 2 children who was pregnant was gunned down at her parents' house while taking groceries out of her car in front of her own 9-year-old son by some guy. The interesting part about both these stories, both these men were out of New Orleans, both of them. The man who burned down the house lived in that situation, happened in New Orleans. The man who shot and killed this woman here in Atlanta, he was a rapper who was born and raised in New Orleans. Now, we all know, if you know anything about New Orleans, there's a lot of violence that comes out of that place. It's just a lot of violent individuals down there. But every day I log onto the internet, I see these crazy stories where these black men have shot, stabbed, mutilated, in some way, shape, or form killed the women they were in a relationship with. Some way, somehow. I'm not exactly sure what's going on in these niggas' minds. The black women, y'all need to be very, very, very careful and selective about who you have relationships with and who you have children with. There's a great deal of violence and instability and dysfunction in the black community, and these men are insane, a lot of them. I deal with black guys on a regular basis in the fitness industry here, and sometimes I sit back in total shock like, okay, what is going on with these guys? What is wrong with them? What is going on with them? So I don't know, y'all. It just makes you wonder. It just makes you wonder. I feel sorry for these women because some of these women get into these situations and they can't get out. They demand, and this is the crazy part with these niggas. There are 8 billion people on planet Earth. Why are they so fixated on this one person? You can go date anybody. You can find 1,000 women. Here in Atlanta, you got about 100 women for every man in this town. So many men have been killed and jailed and gay and whatever else. There's 100 women per man. You have a whole harem of women. What makes this one person so special that you would kill them? If I can't have you, nobody can. What kind of shit is this? Y'all women better be careful out there. I don't know. Yeah, I'm texting this electrician. He's over there. I'm trying to get I'm trying to get something done over here. One of these, we have some lights that keep flashing on and off here at the house, and I was telling him to come on over here and replace these damn lights. I don't know what's causing these lights to go bad, and they're recessed cans, and we've replaced quite a few of them. There's still quite a few that need to be replaced. When you turn on lights, it's like a disco globe, and lights are flashing on and off. That makes you wonder. These videos sadden me. And I guarantee you, if I start looking around the internet today, I will see more and more of these types of videos. More and more news reports of men, black men in particular, who are killing these girls, their wives. There was another story I just saw where one man killed his wife, put her in a suitcase, and stole her car and ran off. Another situation happened here in Atlanta where a man, 30-year-old man, shot and killed his wife, our girlfriend, and shot and killed himself. That happened just a few days ago here. There's violent story after violent story after violent story after violent story coming out the black community where these men are killing these women. But you women just so love that. Y'all won't look at other races of men. Y'all gotta have a black man knowing that nigga might kill you. If every 5 hours, 5 or 6 hours, a black man is killing a black woman, and I've seen some of these reports that I just kind of scratch my head like, this is insane. I scratch my head and I wonder, well, what is going on here? What is going on in their minds and in their heads? I don't get it. It's very odd to me. I find it very strange. I just find it very strange. Well, I tell you one thing. You and me got to start making some wise decisions. When y'all meet these niggas and you see he's constantly got a gun. Everywhere you go, he have a gun. Always got a gun and threatening and crazy. And you leave his ass alone. And some of these women, I think y'all know right off the bat, or you know pretty quickly what you're dealing with. Or at least you should know. Or you should have some type of understanding of what you're dealing with. And pretty soon, and pretty quick. I mean, it can't be that hard for you to figure out who you're dealing with. I don't know. Well, these types of situations and stories are sad. It's just sad. And it's going to continue to happen. These crazy niggas, they ain't going nowhere. They'd rather spend the rest of their lives in jail. They arrested that man who killed. In both instances, they arrested these men. The one guy who killed his 3 kids, they caught him trying to jump off a bridge. I wish he had to jump off that damn bridge. The other incident, they arrested him somewhere, and he was actually on the internet posting, mocking the, making comments about what he had done to this woman. I mean, shooting and killing her. A relationship ends, and your best answer is, I'm going to kill this person. I don't get that. Maybe I'm confused. But I'm not going to kill somebody just because the relationship ended. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just my thought process. But I'm not going to do that. I can't see me going out there to harm anybody because the relationship ended. I don't care how long we've been together, it ain't worth it. First of all, I like my freedom. I like me to sit and I'm having a cup of tea this morning. Get my little damn place. I like my freedom to sit in my home and enjoy my house. I mean, these niggas must ain't got nothing to live for. They must not have anything to live for. I'm just curious. I'm just confused. I just wonder. Well, I'm about to get dressed and get out of here. I really wish our black women would begin. Y'all got to start looking at other races of men. Y'all can't get just so caught up on these black men, because this is ridiculous. The issues what's happening in black America now, my goodness, it's I look at these Hispanics that come around here and Latinos and the type of relationships they have with their wives and girlfriends and children is just completely different than what I see with these black folks. Now, I do notice there are some black people in good relationships with their wives and girlfriends and they're involved in their children's lives. But the level that I see with these Hispanics is on a whole nother plane. How it used to be when I was a kid in the black community. But it's not like that anymore in the black community. Too much violence and too much dysfunction. A lot of times drugs play a huge part in this. If you're dealing with a drug dealer or someone who's a drug user, you have to ask yourself, why is this person, if this is something that you want to be bothered with? Somebody who's constantly on using drugs, constantly high, you have to ask yourself some questions. If you know like I know. I don't know. No. Anyway, this is kind of these videos, these news articles have left me kind of speechless. I don't know what to say about these ignorant black folks. Other than y'all stay away from them. That's all you can do. I wish these black women go be very selective about who you enter into a relationship with. You better get to really know this individual. There are so many stories of these men. There's a girl on YouTube. She has a channel. I haven't seen that video to me, but she posts videos every day about these types of scenarios where black men have killed their wives and girlfriends. Every day there's a new story. Every day. And she goes into great... Well, I think my computer's acting up again as usual. So I'm going to conclude this video. But anyway, today is a quick conclusion to the video. I look forward to reading y'all thoughts and comments. But yeah, there's another girl who has a video channel, a YouTube channel, and she does all these stories and she tells you about all this crazy stuff that happens in our community. Very curious to know. It just is what it is. But she does these videos, and every day there's a new video of a black man killing his wife, kids, or girlfriend, or some type of scenario. And some of these brothers are nice-looking brothers, intelligent-looking brothers, professional brothers, who have careers and everything going for their favor, and they go berserk and crazy over who knows what. It just makes you wonder what the fuck is going on with these people's heads, what's going on in their minds. You have to wonder. But anyway, I look forward to reading y'all's thoughts and comments. I'm about to get out of here and take care of some other stuff. I'm out, and enjoy the rest of this beautiful day.